And they both have keys. Oh, a big chunky car. I'm just chilling with this rhubarb. American dude, power shifting, grov tvätt, blue plastic ball. Cables eaten by rats. Always rats. The goddamn rhubarb, Sebbe. Oh, it's a ski mask. Oh, it looks mean. Sebbe just fell down to his knees. Woohoo! Try getting set by 2:30. Come to Europe. Let's go. Come on! Sebbe is a freaking genius. Wow, what a car! Welcome back to another episode. This time we've got two cars we're gonna try and get started. They're sitting just around the corner of this house. If you're into cars, you have to think this is interesting. Come along. We've had a quick look at these things, but you're gonna get to see them for the first time now, and we don't know a lot about them. Check them out. Now these two cars, they need to be saved for all of the obvious reasons. They're sitting outside, they're left abandoned to decay, and basically left to the forces of Mother Nature. But they also face a much more unexpected, immediate, and violent threat. The mine. That's right. Our little hometown in the very north of Sweden is home to the world's largest underground iron ore mine. A mine so large that the majority of the city is now forced to be demolished to make room for the ever-expanding network of tunnels that grows beneath us. This means we've seen the demolition of our train station, our library, our city hall, schools, and many other important buildings. And this demolition has now reached a phase where the residential area full of old wooden houses where these two Renaults are currently sitting stands empty and is now basically left to be demolished. These buildings might never be saved, but perhaps me and Sebbe can save a couple of old Renaults. Come along. That's a little look at what we've got our hands on, and me and Sebbe have seen these cars sitting here for years. And this one sitting closest to us is the newer one. It's a 77 that's been sitting for around 23 years. And the other one that's considered like a parts car is a 74 that's been sitting since the year 2000, so 26 years. Both of them were driven to where they're sitting today. We're just gonna quickly get most of this big stuff that's surrounding these cars out of the way and then have a closer look at these things. So both of these are the Renault 4. What a name for a car, 4. And what's a Renault 4? It's basically the French people's car. And the company of Renault, after World War II, it was even owned, and still is today, by the French government. Back to working on these things. All right, we don't know a lot about these two, except they ran when they were parked, and they both have keys. Oh. Let's dig into this first one. This one is full of toys. This one is full of car parts and scaffolding. Let's start with this thing. That's a find. If you have a look at these seat covers, I almost don't want to sit in this thing. And the main reason this car was parked, because the lady that we bought the cars from, she owned this for a long time and she loved this thing, but the floors are terrible. The floors are gone in the front. We're gonna have to see what we can do about that, but that's an issue for another day. Now let's dig into this thing. All right, like I said, this one is full of toys. We're just gonna get that out of the way quickly and see what we've got to work with. Happy Line F1 team. Oh, look at that. Quite a spacious little car, but then there's no safety and there's no seats or nothing. Everything just feels so light and fragile, but I like it because it's like the most rudimentary way of building a car. It's like just the bare necessities, this thing. This makes the Volvo 66 that we worked on look like a big chunky car. But let's see if we can get this open. Look at these mechanics. It's just one big spring wound up in here that holds this thing in place. I love it. We got another steering wheel. What's it called in English? Comment down below. Rattmuff. Oh, I've never seen a trunk floor this flat. But it's rust free, I love it. Don't me, I'm just chilling with this rhubarb. But let's have a closer look at the cars. Obviously don't know what's worse, the seat covers or the seats. But let's, oh, it moves. That's surprising. Why are these cars interesting? Because they're old French cars, and the French just did things differently. This is the shifter, the famous umbrella shifter. If we get them running, I'm gonna be excited for this thing. But then, we've got keys like I said, but where's the handbrake? Is this the handbrake? Probably. If that's the handbrake, it's been pulled for 30 years. So let's try and release the handbrake. There's just weird little levers everywhere, to and from. What's this thing do? French cars, look at this stuff. You wouldn't see a big American dude power shifting this thing, slamming this thing into gear. Is that like heater hoses coming out straight to the floor? I know this is for the hood release. And then, cigarette. And then we've got these air vents that like pull air from the outside of the car. Broken frisbee, glove, earbuds, and it's like a first aid kit. Grov tvätt, för grovt smuts. Old school first aid kit. Oh, one of those cardboard oil funnels. Is it a good idea? Comment down below. This is a service station, and they bought an electric toothbrush in 1999. I'm sure that was a good toothbrush. Blue plastic ball. Oh, I don't even want this in the car. Fuck. Oh, all of the springs for a trampoline. If the floors could hold these springs, I'm sure they're fine. Nothing to see in these floors. Underwear. Rope. More toys. Massey Ferguson F450. A couple of old school fuses. Those we might actually keep. A switch. Other than the toys, it looks like it was pretty empty, this thing. Let's have a look under the hood. Seb, don't step on the rhubarb. Watch the goddamn rhubarb, Sebbe. Hood pops open like an old European car should. Look at this. The hood prop is these two tiny little wires. I guess it's not the prop, but it stops it from opening too much. Here's the prop, the hood prop. Oh, let's get that into place. Okay, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this engine, but it's kind of a semi-late model being a 77. It might actually have the Cleon Fonte engine that the Volvo 66 had. It might have the same engine. But the funniest thing about this is the shift linkage. You saw the umbrella shifter inside? That's where it exits the firewall. Look at this. It passes through a loop at the top of the radiator and then attaches, or not, it doesn't even attach. It just grabs this regular shifter that goes straight down into the gearbox that's in front of the engine and in front of the radiator. And I read somewhere this happened because the car Renault built before this one was called the 4CV, I think. And what they did with the early ones of the Renault 4, they just grabbed the whole engine and gearbox and moved it from the rear of the car to the front of the car, saving money and just making it work. So the gearbox is in front of the engine and even the radiator. I don't know if we've got an issue with rust, because obviously a lot of leaves and dirt has been accumulating up here. Oh. That's not from this car, I hope. Looks like some kind of trim piece, but it's not from this thing. Now, is there a lot of rust up here? I really hope not. We're usually so good with rust up in north of Sweden. I mean, look at that color. Look at that color. There's no rust, at least in this spot, but that makes me hopeful. And there's no rats. I've never seen... In this part of the world, I've never seen cables eaten by rats. I watch YouTube videos all the time from the US and other places, and there's always rats. All right, and the first order of business is try and turn this engine over. And having a look at this, I don't know really how you do that, because you've got the radiator, you've got the fan, alternator, all these belts, but we'll try and get some kind of tool down there on the crank and see if it turns over. Remember guys, when parking your cars for 30 years, always wrap an old newspaper around the wiper blades, because that preserves them in perfect condition. That's an old school car rule. Now, we didn't know where to grab this thing to turn the engine over, because there's no crank bolt like most other engines. There's two. Hard to get a tool on there. But I grabbed the alternator, the fan on the alternator. Have a look at this. A bit crunchy, but that's mainly the belt. This thing turns over easily. Hope it has compression. We're gonna try and get all the spark plugs out and then shoot some oil down into each cylinder. Let's go. Let's have a look at the components quickly. I'm guessing is the fuel pump and the smallest distributor I've ever seen. I don't know if next to my hand you can see the size of this, but that's the theme of this car. Everything is tiny. So you got the alternator and the fan, everything is belt driven, of course. And you can actually see all the way down, you can see the exposed clutch. This has to be the clutch. And then you've got the gearbox all the way up front, battery tray. But this thing, being 70s, it obviously has headlight wipers. What happened to cars so that you didn't need headlight wipers? Because all the cars had headlight wipers in the 70s and 80s. We're just gonna do a spark plug at a time and assume the firing order is right, because it was ran to this spot. So we're not gonna mess with the firing order. So this is spark plug number 4. The carb is a Zenith. I know of the name, never worked on one, but like everything else, it's tiny and it looks super basic, which is good. Spray your fucking feeler gauge down. Crustiest feeler gauge I've ever seen. Will it run? Thank you, Sebbe. Now, the spark plugs on this thing, according to Google, they call for 0.7 millimeters.
Går det att dra sen?
Ja, har du det? Nej. We found this in the car as well. Is it underwear? I'm just gonna have a quick look down and see if I can figure out what it is. Oh, it's a ski mask! Of course! Or is it underwear? Shit. Spark plug number 4. Bit of soot, but obviously it looks pretty healthy. Kind of cleans up nice. Just using my fingers. The gap is... It looks alright.
Ska vi veta vad något av det här är?
Både 556. Premature ejaculation. We're gonna think we have an oil leak by the time I'm done. Sebbe got the choke to work. We're just gonna try it from inside the car, okay? Throttle. Yeah. It's not really returning. I'm gonna try and help it. We need a longer return spring. Is it moving that much? It's hitting this adjustment screw. We could back it off, but that's all the movement from the gas pedal. Choke works. But look at that choke cable. I mean, it looks like medical equipment. It's so tiny. All the spark plugs look decent, nothing to see really. We left number 1 out. They're all lubricated and the engine turns over. Now we need to get some spark going. Battery time. Being an old French car, obviously the battery sits in a weird spot as well. This is obviously the ground, and I think they're negative ground. It's not that old. Okay, some kind of draw. Okay, put it on there, we'll look for smoke. Sebbe noticed straight away. Both of the headlights! Old cars! It looks mean! I think the French actually have a word for their yellow headlights. Wow. Oh, what a beauty! Okay, any signs of life inside? Some kind of indicator? Oh, maybe we need the key on. Because we do have a key. So good. Nothing in here. Anything in the rear? No. Rear left works. No real signs of life in here. Should we try and turn it over? Oh. Hoo-hoo! Hell yeah! We might not have any signs of life in here, but the thing turns over. We don't know what any of the buttons or levers do, but we're gonna check for spark. All right, Sebbe. All right. We're just gonna disconnect the incoming fuel before we turn this thing over anymore. We didn't have spark that easy, which is to be expected, obviously. And this thing should have points. Honestly, it looks really crusty in there. The distributors stay clean so many times. This thing is not clean at all. We're gonna clean it up as best as we can and check for spark again. This was the worst spot in the ignition system as far as dirt goes. Like, there's chunks. Look at these chunks falling off. Oxidized chunks. We did clean the ground up for the condenser and the coil. Perhaps this is enough. Okay. Nej. Oj. Crunchy. Brake clean rebuild på den. Den kanske ska göra kontakt både på in- och utsidan. Okej, vi gör väl ett försök till bara direkt. Nej. Fan, vi hade väl ha en multimeter nu. We opened up this little fuse box and we weren't getting good continuity through any of these. So the fuses were heavily oxidized and now all 4 of them are good. So we think that's enough to do another attempt to crank this thing. All right, we cleaned up every fuse, every connection, every spark plug lead, which is all good. But then I had a quick look underneath the column. Let me show you what I found. Sometime back in the day, some type of accessory has been added to this main positive that goes from the ignition all the way up to the fuses. If we hold these two together, we got 12 volts at the coil. So I'm just gonna button this up and then we'll see if we've got spark. Jajamän! Jajamän!
Ja.
Förbannat vad bra! Jajamensan! Jajelimensan!
Jajamensan!
We've got freaking spark, people! People of the world, we have spark. We've got oil. The level's fine. It's old oil, but we're definitely gonna run it today. All right, we finally have spark and we've got oil. It's time to just try and get this thing to cough to life with a bit of starter fluid. Let's go. Yeah. Gasa lite. Inte? Kom igen! Oh, so close. She wants to. Gasen i botten. Ah, kom igen! Choke. Ah, batteriet låter trött, va? Om den inte hostar igång nu, då får vi bekräfta gnista på alla 4. Fresh battery, let's go! Ah! Come on! Ska vi kolla gnista nu? Det går ju jättesnabbt, vänta. Okej. Ja. Med 3 cylinder. It ran better with number 1 spark plug removed. I was just gonna check for spark. Let's go. That thing fucking zapped me. Yeah. Try fucking 230 volt. 110 volts. Try getting zapped by 230. Come to Europe. Let's go.
Let's go!
Ja. She runs! She runs! Did not sound bad at all. Hey! She ran! All right, Sebbe, what are we gonna do?
Alltså, du får förklara.
right, we're gonna try and get some air in these tires. The actual rubber looks surprisingly good shape. Not a lot of dry rotting. Oh, still some air in there. 23 years.
En bar.
1 bar. Sorry, America. This incoming fuel is connected to a jug. We're just gonna check if the fuel pump works. Yep, yes. Fuel pump definitely works. We're just gonna connect it straight up to the carb and see if we can get this thing to run off of gasoline. Sebbe had the best idea I've ever seen, because these heater matrix hoses are disconnected inside. So we just looped the coolant for the heater straight back into the radiator. Sebbe is a freaking genius. Try half choke, and Sebbe's gonna keep it alive using the throttle. Okay. Wow! It's idling! It's idling! Kolla! Kolla! Look at that! Woo-hoo-hoo! Sebbe just fell down to his knees after he saw this thing come to life. Oh, look at the lights. Did you see that handbrake? It just stopped. What a car! The first of 2 Renault 4s has left its final resting place, and the rhubarb made it. This thing ran so good. We started it up again and just moved it back and forth and parked it in a good spot. Even the handbrake really works well. Now it's time for car number 2. And we moved on to that second car so quick we didn't even film an outro. But we're gonna be back with this 2-part series on the Renaults, and we're gonna be back with more videos on the Volvo 66. and the final video on the Audi 80. And if you haven't seen those videos, check them out on our channel, and go check out the merch on our website, lowandsnow.com. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.